Hello. When we teach or analyze language, we often look at three key dimensions: form, function, and meaning, which is also called use. Understanding these clearly helps both teachers and learners bridge the gap between grammar and real communication. So let's take a practical example. So imagine we have a sentence, can you give me a hand? Well, we can analyze it from the perspective of form. Form is about the structure, how the sentence is built. So grammatically, we're looking at a modal verb can, followed by the subject pronoun you, then the bare infinitive verb give, and finally the noun phrase me a hand. Let's break that down further. So can is a modal auxiliary verb used here in the to express possibility or politeness. You is a personal subject pronoun, second person singular or plural. Give is a main lexical verb. It's in the bare infinitive form, it's in the active voice, and it's dynamic, not stative. Me is an object pronoun, and it's the indirect object of give. A hand is a noun phrase made up of an indefinite article a and the common countable noun hand, which is singular. The phrase give someone a hand is idiomatic, meaning to help. But form isn't only grammar, it also includes pronunciation. So how the sentence sounds in natural speech, to say. So in connected speech, the sentence can you give me a hand is likely to sound like the following. Can you give me a hand? There's a weakening of can. There's a reduction of you to possibly you. There's a possible elision between me and a, mia, and linking throughout. If a learner knows the grammatical form but pronounces every word in full isolation, it may sound robotic, overly formal, or even confusing in real-world communication. So when we talk about form, we need to remember that spoken form matters just as much as written or grammatical form. Next, let's look at the function. The function is what the sentence is doing in a conversation. This sentence is not just checking whether someone is capable of giving you a hand, it's functioning as a request. More specifically, it's a polite way to ask for help. The form is a question, but the communicative function is not to gain information. It's to gain or get assistance. And finally, the meaning or use. Meaning is about what the sentence really means in a specific situation. It's pragmatic. Imagine a teacher in a classroom trying to set up the chairs before the students arrive, and they say to a colleague, can you give me a hand? The function is requesting help, of course, but the meaning or use in that moment might be, please help me move these chairs now. In a different context, say, during a stressful team meeting, if someone says the same sentence, it might carry a stronger emotional undertone, maybe even desperation. It might mean something like, I'm overwhelmed, please step in and support me. Same form, same function, but different meaning in use. Let's look at 5 more everyday sentences and analyze each from these 3 perspectives. Could you open the window? Well, the form, this is a modal question. Could is a modal auxiliary verb. You is a subject pronoun. Open is a bare infinitive, lexical verb. And the window is a noun phrase. The is a definite article. And window is a common countable noun, singular in this case, functioning as the direct object. Open is a dynamic, transitive main verb in the bare infinitive form, and could is a past tense modal, if you want to say past tense in this case, used for politeness and not past time. The pronunciation is, in connected speech, typically going to be something like could you, Could you open the window? So you might hear the weakening of could, say. The you might again become something like y, and there might be a linking between you and open. So you might get, could you open? And the window is often unstressed except for contrast. The function might be, the sentence functions as a polite request. And the meaning or use, depending on the tone and context, might mean I'm too hot, I need air, or you forgot to do something. The exact meaning depends on the setting and the relationship between the speakers. Let's look at another sentence. I haven't eaten all day. This is a negative declarative sentence in the present perfect tense. So I is a first person singular subject pronoun. Haven't is a contraction of have not, where have is a primary auxiliary verb used for the perfect aspect. Eaten is the past participle form of the main verb eat, which is transitive, dynamic, and in this case, in the perfect aspect. All day is an adverbial phrase of time. The pronunciation, I haven't eaten all day, haven't might reduce to haven't, depending on the dialect, and eaten may be realized with a glottal stop like eaten, or a reduced second syllable. The function is stating, justifying, or explaining a reason for feeling tired, irritable, or needing food. And the meaning or use in context might mean I'm hungry, can we eat soon, or even that's why I'm acting strange right now. If we look at another sentence, like that cake looks delicious, we have in the form, this is a simple declarative sentence in the present simple tense, where that is a demonstrative pronoun functioning as a determiner in the noun phrase, that cake. Cake is a common countable noun, it's singular and the head of the subject noun phrase. Looks is a main lexical verb. It's the third person singular, it's the present simple, it's dative, and it's expressing perception. And delicious is a gradable predicative adjective serving as the subject complement. The pronunciation, there might be a stress on cake and delicious with a clear sh ending. So delicious. If playful, the tone may rise at the end. The function is commenting or complimenting, and the meaning or use, depending on how it's said, might be a genuine compliment or a polite hint that the speaker would like a slice. Let's say we look at another sentence. Do you know what time it is? Well, the form is a yes-no question. It's inside, it's an embedded WH clause. So, do you know what time it is? So you have the embedded clause here. Do is a primary auxiliary verb used for question formation in the present simple. You is a subject pronoun second person. Know is a main lexical verb, it's dative and in the present simple. And what time it is a noun clause functioning as the direct object of know. And you can break it down further. The pronunciation features might be that do you reduces to j, and what time it is flows as a single intonation unit. The function is ostensibly a request for information, while the meaning or use might be to remind, scold, or imply lateness. In a classroom or a meeting, it might mean you're late or be more punctual. And finally, let's take the sentence, you're standing on my foot. The form, this is a present continuous sentence. You're is a contraction of you are, where are is a present tense auxiliary verb. And standing is the present participle of stand, a main lexical verb. It's dynamic in the progressive aspect. On my foot is a prepositional phrase with on as the preposition, my as a possessive determiner, and foot being a common singular countable noun and the object of the preposition. The pronunciation, your, might reduce to your. Standing on might show linking, so standing on. And foot might receive emphasis if the speaker is frustrated or in pain. The function is to inform or to alert. And the meaning or use, in most situations, the speaker would probably mean, please move now, even though the form is simply descriptive. So let's review. Form is the shape of the sentence, the word class, the tense, the aspect, the syntax, and the pronunciation. The function is the communicative purpose of what the speaker is trying to do. And the meaning or use is the contextual interpretation, what the speaker really means in that moment. By training learners to notice all three, we give them the tools to speak clearly, understand deeply, and use English naturally. So the next time you're preparing a lesson, don't just ask, what's the grammar point? Also ask, what's it for? When is it used? And how does it really sound in speech? And that's the bridge between knowing language and using it well. Thank you.